Have you ever noticed that the more you try to be perfect, the more people seem to keep their distance? It's like you're in this ivory tower you built yourself. You think it makes you look strong, untouchable, almost bulletproof. But in reality, it just makes you, well, untouchable. It creates this invisible wall. Psychologically, when you present a flawless image, it can trigger a threat response in others. They feel like they have to be on their A game around you, constantly performing. And honestly, that's just exhausting. This pressure to be perfect doesn't just tire you out. It creates a huge gap between you and everyone else, making real, authentic connections almost impossible. You become admirable, but not relatable. And in the long run, being relatable is what builds trust, friendship, and influence. So how do we break down this wall? It's simpler and a bit messier than you think. There's a fascinating study that explains this perfectly. It's called the Pratfall effect, discovered by social psychologist Elliot Aronson. Here's how his experiment went down. He had participants listen to tape-recorded interviews of someone trying out for a quiz show. There were a few different versions. In one, the person was incredibly competent, answering almost every question correctly. In another, the person was just average. Then, Aronson added a twist. In some versions, the interviewee would make a clumsy mistake at the end. You'd hear the sound of a coffee cup spilling and the person exclaiming in embarrassment. The results were incredible. Who do you think was rated the most attractive and likable? It wasn't the flawless, super smart person. It was the super smart person who spilled their coffee. The one who showed a moment of human clumsiness. The perfect person was seen as cold and distant, while the average person who spilled coffee was just seen as, well, clumsy. This brings us to a crucial point. For this to work, you have to establish your competence first. If you're already seen as skilled and capable, a small mistake makes you more human and approachable. If you're incompetent and you mess up, it just confirms you're not very good at what you do. So competence first, then the coffee spill. So how do we apply this in our own lives without looking like we're just making excuses for our mistakes? It's about mastering strategic vulnerability. Here are 4 steps to get you started. First, admit the small stuff. Did you make a typo in that important email? Don't hide it or panic. Own it, maybe even laugh about it. It shows you're secure enough that a tiny error doesn't shatter your self-worth. It tells people you're not taking yourself too seriously, which gives them permission to relax too. Second, find the balance with self-deprecation. This isn't about putting yourself down. It's about using humor to point out your own quirks and harmless flaws. When you're the first one to joke about how you can never remember names, or how you're terrible at parallel parking, you instantly lower the social pressure for everyone in the room. You become the person who makes others feel comfortable being themselves, flaws and all. It's a powerful way to build rapport. Third, stop filtering the process. We live in a world of highlight reels, but people crave authenticity. Show the behind the scenes of your work and your life. Share the messy first draft, the brainstorming session that went nowhere, the failed attempt before the success. People might admire the finished product, but they connect with the struggle. That journey is where the real story is, and it's what makes people fall in love with what you do. It shows grit, resilience, and humanity. And finally, step 4, and this is the most important. Stay high performance. The Pratfall effect isn't an excuse to get lazy. It only works if you are consistently delivering high value and maintaining high standards for your work. The goal is to keep your standards high, but your ego low. Be brilliant at what you do, but don't be afraid to show the cracks. As the saying goes, there is a crack in everything. That's how the light gets in. Stop trying to build a pedestal so high that no one can reach you. You'll only end up sitting there alone. Step down, embrace your imperfections, and let people see the real you. That's where true connection begins. So I want to ask you, what's a perfect habit you're ready to let go of? Comment human first down below and share your story. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.